and welcome back to the Bear Inside Out podcast. I'm Anna.
I'm Dustin, and this is the Beef Cam.
And I am the littlest of the D's.
Dee-dee-dee-dees.
Nuts.
Well, nuts.
Yes.
Well, tonight we're kind of continuing our roam into whatever territory we decided to land in month. And who brought this up? Was it Big D?
So...
Because then we all chimed in and was like, yes, let's cover it.
So
Yeah.
this movie we're covering tonight, I actually bought in December from Witter Entertainment. Mm-hmm. Big VHS collector. And I messaged them. I'm like, hey, I'm stoked to get this. And then March rolled around, and I still hadn't received it. But I've been keeping in contact with them. I understand the situations that they were in, the weather, everything permitting. And then when I finally got it, I showed you guys, and I was like, look, this tape is being watched right now. And Anna's like, this title is going on the list right now. That's how it went.
So tonight we are covering 2022's DEADSTREAM, an absolutely epic horror comedy that came out. It was a Shudder exclusive. Came out a couple of years ago. Let's talk about our histories real quick. Should we do that or get into Rotten Tomatoes first?
Anna, you're driving. I don't wear my seatbelt in the back seat, Anna.
That's true. Okay, sorry. I'm indecisive. Little D, did you watch this when it first came out, or did you discover it later on?
Oh, I did, because I was, the promotion for this was all over the place. It was so hard to not see this. And I think it was at the time where Shudder was really pushing a lot of its originals. This is definitely around.
They still are.
Yeah. And it's like right after COVID, so they're like, hey, we have some banger ones that are coming out. And Screambox was already doing a bunch of like the originals. I was like, oh, what's Shudder doing? So I think it was on Instagram or maybe it was Twitter. I don't remember. But they were just, that's all I saw was Deadstream. It's Evil Dead meets found footage and all this other stuff. I was like, ooh, okay, let's do this. So yeah, I watched it when it came out. And then I think, I want to say a week or two after that, I got an email for the promotional stuff for this, and I almost got to interview the Winters.
Oh,
But I missed
I'd
out
love
on
to
that
still.
because they think they moved on to do the VHS right after this.
And I loved their segment in VHS 99 too.
Yeah,
It was
so,
great.
Yeah, I definitely saw this when it first came out and watched it multiple times after that. So this is, I think, since the beginning of last year was the last time I saw this. So it's been a full year, and going back to the revisit, I was like, ooh, this is a good one. This has some good moments.
It does. It really does.
There's also some moments and it's like, oh, I kind of drop out a little bit, but then I was like, oh, I'm back.
Back,
So
yeah.
it's
Brings you back.
Yeah.
a little of those, but yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Big D, what about you?
This movie is the reason why I signed up for Shudder. When this movie dropped, I seen the promotions for it, and I'm like, man, I really want to watch that. But what sold me was the fucking poster.
The poster
Yeah.
is great.
Having that monster hand holding that GoPro, I was like, okay. And then I seen the tagline of a found footage Evil Dead movie. I'm like, I'm sold. Instantly fell in love with this movie. So, but this movie, like I said, is the reason why I signed up for Shudder. And I'm glad I did, because I'm actually, I'm super stoked I have this tape now, because it feels right. Because it's funny that this movie was made for like a webcam computer. But watching it on tape, it just feels right. It feels like that's what it was really made for.
Yeah.
So, but I love it.
Nice.
That's all I got. Anna, what about you? What is your history with Deadstream?
I watched this the weekend it came out. I'm an AMC Plus advocate because you get AMC content and Shudder content. And it's not really any different than Shudder. The only thing that's different is you don't have the live horror channels.
Okay.
But you get AMC Fear Fest during October. Like it's all included. So I love AMC Plus. But yeah, I watched the opening weekend, and I watched it by myself. In a rare occurrence where I'm like laying in bed with the lights off watching a movie, because usually if that's happening, I'm falling asleep.
That's it.
But not in this instance. Like it kept me so engaged. And it was so memorable because I was watching it by myself, just having fun by myself. You know, Marley was already asleep over there, and I'm trying not to wake her up because the jump scares are getting me. Like the first watch, they really get you. And there's one jump scare that happens, and then I literally screamed, did the cover pull up, and then I am dying laughing because of how the way Sean screams, the way he screams, fucking kills me. So it was so memorable. I have recommended this movie a lot. I kind of think of this in the same vein as like Leslie Vernon, The Final Girls, kind of little horror gems that maybe people haven't heard of that I like to recommend. And I've watched this several times. It was fun. And then when I rewatched it Saturday, I asked Marley, because Marley's a YouTube kid, and I was like, hey, you want to watch this movie called DEADSTREAM with me for the podcast? And at first she goes, nah. And I was like, well, hold on. It's about a YouTuber who's disgraced, and he's trying to get his followers back, so he goes to a haunted house, but plot twist, it's actually haunted. And she was like, okay, I'll watch it.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I sent the guys the Rick and Morty gif where he's going, you son of a bitch, I'm in. That was literally her same reaction. Like, okay. And even she had a blast. I think this is great gateway horror too.
Yes.
Because he doesn't want to demonetize himself, so he can't cuss. There are very few curse words in this. But yeah, we'll get into it. I think we've all got a lot to say. But before we get there, let's go to Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes.
So, on the critic side, with 60 reviews.
Okay.
Big D, what do you think they rated Deadstream?
60 reviews. I'll say 71%.
Okay. Little D?
60 reviews for a almost 3-year-old movie. That's pretty good. We've been doing a couple more recent ones on here where it's only like 5.
Yeah, and they're like way older than this one.
I'm gonna go like 85. I'm gonna go pretty high.
I'm actually surprised at this score, and it's great. 92%.
Oh, so it is.
Wow.
From the critics.
Wow.
On this movie. I'm surprised, but in the best way. Because there's a lot of stuff that could be looked at like a little cheesy or not as up to par as like a prestige movie, if you want to be, a critic.
Indubitably.
Yeah, exactly. With the monocle and everything.
Yeah.
All right. So with the audience, 250 plus ratings. Little D, what do you think they rated it?
Lower. That's very low for an audience for a movie that's still relatively new and popular. This is a very popular film. Ooh, that's. I might have to go lower just because of the lack of people on there. I'm gonna go like 65%.
Okay, Big D.
I'm going to stay in the same range that I said earlier, and I'm going to say like 74.
Woo, you were close. 76.
Okay. Shit! Oh, man.
You were 2 fingernails away.
That's it, 2 booger fingers away, dude.
Oh my gosh, her obsession was sticking her fingers up his nose.
Dude, this is so funny. But to Little D, to your point, man, like this movie, it should have more reviews for when which is when it came out. Like this movie came out at the very tail end of COVID, so people were doing nothing but watching movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like this deserves more ratings than it actually has. But to your point, Anna, this is one of those hidden gems. Like, it is a popular name, but have people watched it?
Mm-hmm. Or did the promotion just do its job and get across to people? You know what I mean?
Well, it got me to sign up for fucking Shudder.
Right, yeah. It hit some of us.
Shooter. I got me
Shooter.
Fack and shooter kid.
Fack and shooter kid.
Where's my wooter?
The one thing, the first thing, so when I started this and me and Marley were watching it, the first thing she said was, "Hey, it even looks like YouTube." So like it really does. I love YouTube as well. So I love this whole opening intro. We get everything told to us about what happened, and we see clips from his show, the kind of stupid jackass shit he does. And then all of a sudden there's some controversy and we see news headlines that are beating him up with some nice transitions. It's so YouTube. And I really appreciate their effort in doing that. And is this Joseph Winter? He's the writer
Sean.
and producer. And he also plays Sean.
And director.
Oh, yeah, and director. Yeah. He's just such a treat in this. What were you going to say, Lil D?
I was gonna say they did a really funny jab at YouTubers where every time they have like an apology video, it's always something stupid. I'm sorry with a stupid thumbnail. I'm like, I love that. That's very very spot on for.
So I've learned why like YouTube videos, like when you're looking at thumbnails, there's the faces that are like, or like it's because they have an AI recognition scan that pushes your video out depending on your facial structure and the emotion it's giving.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think for we need to start doing that.
Right?
And it just goes. It's with the Sam Jackson face.
Sam Jack.
It's great. Like he hits us with that 20-minute apology video because he inadvertently asked somebody to fight him that was homeless. Dude. Or he's running from the cops in some video. He calls
him a douchebag. Hey, douchebag. What'd you say? He's doing the look back.
Oh, dude. But getting like the bam 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 of him like back and like coming this Saturday, I'm gonna be spending the night at Mildred's house, the most haunted house in my town that no one knows about. Is fucking great. This setting that they're in, this house is already scary as fuck.
Yeah.
But adding in the found footage aspect of it just made it even better. Because I love like the tablet that he has that he sets up all the cameras. He's giving us the lore dump. He's like, so Mildred in this house back in 1908, whatever, killed all these people, and there's all these satanic things going on. As he's setting up the rooms, which I think is really smart, that it's not just wasting the time to just do that and then give us a lore dump. Like he's doing it as it's happening, which is awesome.
Yeah, I agree. And it also sets up the tension, too, because we get the outside view of the house. And I mean, just thinking about being outside by yourself in that environment, as creepy as it is. For as funny as this movie is, it really holds the tension in some moments. And I appreciate that. But this dumbass is making his job even harder because he wants the money. He finally got a sponsor to sponsor him again. So he's making some money. He can't cuss. He has to, if he sees anything supernatural or whatever, he has to go investigate it. He cannot get scared and run away. He takes his spark plugs out of his truck and chucks them in the bushes. So
he's like, I know me, and throws them.
I know me.
Yep. I know, I'm going to run.
I watched this, I was like, you dumb motherfucker. Like, this is not going to end well. But yeah, him, and then he goes in the house and he's setting up all the rooms and giving us the lore dump. Hey, I've got this clip. Let me show you this clip of someone who came here before me and what they saw. And then insert clip. And he's live streaming all this with live chats going on, which is just great as well.
When he's like, here's a clip of this ghost hunter bringing his daughter, and it shows that little girl in there, and it cuts right back to him. He goes, listen, you guys say I do bad shit. I would never subject a child to this. I would never stoop that low. Maybe lower.
I love one of the comments was like, did they call you crater face in school? It was like, no, because back then they were pimples.
It was actually acne, yeah.
Back then it was still acne. And he has this look on his face like, fuck you.
Fuck you, dude. Yeah. Fucking the internet. The internet is the world's biggest bully, dude. Like, it's awful.
No doubt.
It's awful.
I also want to comment on the amount of bugs in that fucking house and those cameras.
Yeah,
Fuck
you can
no,
tell they
dude.
really like that's some real shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no faking that unless you got some kind of bug wrangler. Imagine that.
It's got little
Right.
bugs on fucking leashes just
I don't
walking
think they
around.
had the budget for that. Yeah. Little string, little, like
Yeah.
make your own bracelet string ties around them.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
the budget for this, it was $1 million.
really?
They did
That's it.
so much with that.
Dude, everything, like these monsters that are in this look fantastic.
They do.
That's where the budget went, dude.
And then like the
All the equipment.
all the equipment, I can guarantee that's where half the budget went to.
I was thinking that I was like, man, I want that
His little
like
arm
filming
that he's got,
equipment
too,
and
is
all of
really
his.
cool.
So, did you guys ever in the late 2000s watch a show called Fear
Yes.
on MTV?
Yes.
Maybe I don't know.
It was an MTV reality TV show where they would send a team. It's like a team. It's a team game where they would give them the cameras that would do like this shit, and
Yeah.
they'd go to some haunted area, an establishment, and they'd have objectives to do. Wildly, and conveniently enough, while they were doing the objectives, haunted shit was happening. But
No, I
it's
don't
a
think I've ever watched that.
it's a banger. It's all on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
And the intro song is "Voodoo" from from Godsmack.
Yeah.
I'm not the one who show
Another
way.
another show that I was thinking about is Scare Tactics. You
Scare
guys ever watch
Tactics.
Scare Tactics. That's a good one.
With
too.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fucking good, man. But yeah, the effects in this are great. Like Chrissy's ghost later, the Mildred character, I love, dude. Like she looks so disgusting, and like the pond water monster and the sheriff,
Corner man.
corner man, yeah. But yeah, like you were talking about it earlier, like all this haunted shit starts happening in this house, and Sean finds like the room that no activity happens in. So that's his setup room.
Yeah, that's his set. That's the safe
That's his
safe
Resident
room.
Evil safe room.
Yeah, man, that's what I was gonna say. But dude, what got me, and I knew the first time I watched this, and I knew it was gonna fucking hit, is when he starts pissing in that bucket.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna come full circle.
Oh my god! And the
Wide open
fact
and everything.
he was waterboarded, dude. Like that's
With
fucking,
his own urine. Mildred's a savage.
dude. She don't give a fuck, man. Dude, she bites him in the nuts.
Yes.
That's the scene. That's the scene that got me.
Tell
So
us, walk us through it,
she
When her head just
whispers,
pops up.
Sean, and then he moves the cover, and she goes guilty, and then bites his crotch. That's the moment that I was talking about at the start where I jumped so hard I screamed, and then his reaction because he starts punching her.
Yeah.
I love
He starts
it.
punching her head, and then runs out. It is so funny, so
Dude,
funny.
his scream though, the scream.
It's cold.
So good.
Marley thought
doesn't-
that was funny too.
But he does it more than once. Like there's like when
When he first gets there and he sees that like a pot on a pole and he thinks
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a head, that is so something I would do. If I
When
caught
he-
something like that out of the corner of my eye, I would have jumped.
dude when he screams, he goes, "Oh, it's just a fucking stick boy."
Yeah. It's like, oh, strike one.
Yeah. There should be a strike system, but after this time is when it should
Yeah.
start.
It's like, this is an intense situation, which it is. I mean, I don't blame him. The fact that he censored himself as much as he did and was able to in those moments was hilarious in itself, really.
So I think, Lil D, what is one of your favorite parts of this movie, man?
Oh boy, there's just too many good moments. I think it's when he discovers the closet and he's like, closet. Oh, ghosts love going in closets. And he goes in there and he says like rummaging it and he finds this fucking like painting or whatever. He's like, whatever that is. And then things start happening and he fucking, instead of thinking that this thing is probably helping him, he's like, oh, I'm going to break this thing because it's probably what's causing all these things to come after me.
Satanic voodoo stuff. He
Yeah.
stomps on it.
Yeah, and then I think also when he first sees the ghost, when he's like, "Oh, yeah, okay," because that's a real ghost out there. It's like, let me look at it back and sees it like moving. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, something's definitely happening. He's like, "Do I really have to go out there?" And that whole chat's like, "Yes." He's like, "Oh shit, all right," and then he has to go investigate it. But from that point on, I think everything is gold. I
Yes.
love the pacing of this film so much.
And the fact that he does not even consider for one moment that Chrissy is Mildred or another ghost or something like that is just hilarious. And what
But
makes
it's a good
it
twist.
it
was a
is.
good
Oh,
twist, yeah.
100%. And what makes it even better is that she was a writer. She was a poet. Like, nobody liked her writing. And then he finds her diary. I love when he's reading it and he's like, this doesn't even rhyme. And you see
This
her,
sucks.
you see her, she goes, and then that, like, watching it after you know the twist, you realize, like, okay, you see little moments like that beforehand that kind of allude to the fact. But what makes it so great is that she's just like him, but in a different
Yeah.
century.
Yeah.
Like, this is
And he
what
comments on that, too. I'm gonna
She
conquer
wanted
your ass.
fans. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna put a copy strike on Mildred, just like the Beach Boys put on me.
But to little D, to what you were talking about, that part with the ghost and everything. Apparently, when they were filming that, like they had a ton of wasted takes because they didn't realize their GoPro voice features were on.
Oh
And,
boy.
and the word Photoshop to the GoPro sounded like GoPro stop. So
Oh.
it kept turning them off as they were trying to fucking shoot
That's
that
so
shot,
funny.
man.
Oh man.
Dude,
That's
but
funny.
I think my favorite, man, is when they walk into the master bedroom. Chrissy's like, let's go into the master bedroom. Like, and he's like, no. And she's like, but that's where everything happens. Dude, they go in there and Chrissy screams and then in turn Sean screams. And then they're like, well, it's just a closet. Like, what the fuck? But then there's like a hole about this big, and he goes, wow, I can really look down in there and see what's down there. And he goes down there, and his viewers are like, you should do something fun. And he's like, oh, I'm actually excited to do something now. Let's get the wheel out. And he gets the fucking Ouija board,
yeah.
dude. And they're sitting there playing the Ouija board game. And Chrissy gets up for something, and he makes her go look for something. And the viewers are like, why are you making her go fucking do that? You're a wuss. And he goes, I'm not making her. She just wanted to stop playing this game that she's clearly losing.
Yeah, that she's clearly
Yes.
losing. He looks at the camera at that last comment. It's so good. He's so funny.
And man, when you find like the breadcrumbs that were led to, like, because Anna, you talked about him throwing his fucking spark plugs into the woods. He also takes his car keys and throws them in a gutter, like
Oh, yeah,
an air vent. And the breadcrumbs that were left, because we get this music box, and he goes, "It's locked. We can't open it." Comes into play later, baby.
Yep.
But that's right after he reads the poetry, and he's like, "Yeah, this is fucking stupid." And then he does it again later, and he goes, "You know what? It's not bad." When he's upstairs, when he's trying to draw her out, dude. And that's another thing I like is like the sound design in this, because we're led to believe this is a haunted house.
Yeah.
And there's things that are happening that he can't see. Like when he hears that thud, and he hears like the creaking and everything. He's like, what the fuck is that? And he opens up the camera and he sees Mildred hanging back there on the noose. And I love it because once you see it, you know that's what a tightened rope sounds like.
Yeah.
You know, I really, really like that, dude. But
Yeah.
man, this fucking battle royale that these two get into for this whole movie is the
She
most
kicks his
bonkers-
ass.
Oh, dude,
Oh.
it's fuck
All
yeah,
over the
she
place.
does. It's bonkers, man. And dude, like you said earlier, he's like passed out, and you just see like her finger like come up, go into his fucking nose.
And then he
What's disgusting is he pulls her finger out, and her fingernail is like, and it's like this long, dude. Get
Yeah. Yeah.
out of here, man. But the best one is when he pulls her hand away, and you see her finger go.
it extends.
Oh yes, yes. That was a really cool effect. Like
It was.
they nail a lot of the effects in this. Like tenfold. Another thing I like is his little utility belt that he brought with the holy water and the dagger, and he's like explaining what all these things are. And when he goes to get it later, and it looks like where there was like people doing drugs there, and he goes and grabs a dirty needle, and he has to put the holy water in it. He's like, oh yeah, okay.
I was waiting for him to like put it in his mouth, like
yeah,
around, to have his hands free. Yeah,
I wanted to put it in his pocket and he go, ow.
Oh yeah, that would have been. Oh man, oh awful. Like, well, just add more bad to it, even worse not.
Yeah.
But when he starts strapping up at the end to go, or suiting up, I should say, at the end to go to battle with Mildred, and he takes that dagger and duct tapes it to like a dowel. The chats hit off and on throughout. And it's so hard to remember all the gold little lines, but my favorite one is in that suit up moment where the build up music's kind of playing. One comment says, Sean thinks he's a final girl.
Oh, yeah.
What?
that would crack me and was my favorite. Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Then the ghost takes the dagger away from him. And that camera shot we get of him going dunk with the dagger, like, because he's got a GoPro at the end of the dagger, so we
dagger
see it
cam.
go
Trusty
dagger
duct
cam.
tape.
Yeah, trusty duct tape. Never know when you're going to need it. And then I think he said it can fix everything. And Mom goes, "Can it?" Or Marley goes, "Mama, can it really fix everything?" And I was like, "Well, not everything, but most things. Yes, it's very handy to have just in case." But that shot of the ghost jabbing him in the leg with the dagger. You really thought that dagger went in his leg.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was so believable.
But it was fun because, like, but right before that, he's like, he sees the ghost, like, walking out of his safe room.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
And he's like jabbing at the air with it, and he finally lands the fucking hit, and the ghost goes, yoink.
Yoink!
Yeah. Yeah.
It throws that shit away, but I love, man, because there's like a through line to this whole movie about the pond water, and like there's like EVP of it. There's a bunch of videos. It's in like the diary, and then we see that fucking bathtub.
Oh,
Cool.
man.
That's
That
like
has to be a
Terrifier 3.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and he wakes up in it. But I love that dude because they're sitting there like she's kicking Mildred's kicking the shit out of him. And then, like, he blacks out. And then he wakes up, and his eyes are, like, pearly white, like Anna's eyes on the tails from the Baron sweater she's wearing.
Yeah.
Pearly white, clearly possessed.
And
he's fighting himself, dude. He reaches down and grabs that eyeball and goes...
And he's going... Like he's stoned, eating a cookie or something. His eyes are closed.
And the best part about it, though, is for the last end of this movie, when he's fighting Mildred, trying to trap her, he's in his fucking crime fighters. He's running around in some tidy-ass whiteys, dude.
He definitely is.
It's so good.
He's fucking... Man, and he's fighting...
He's crime fighters.
He tapes Mildred down like that's gonna fucking hold her down.
Yeah.
When I was seeing that, I was like, "This, like, I understand some things, sure, but you do know that that's not gonna hold
right."
her.
Like I said, Marley, see, that's not gonna hold a person down in real life, or a ghost for that matter.
Well, it depends on how tape the feet. It depends on how much and the leverage. Like, because I mean, you look at Rob Zombie's Halloween. When he tapes William Forsythe to the chair, there's no getting up from that. But he just
that's true. Yeah, one strap over.
But I love how interactive his chat is with him because his chat's sending him videos. Like there's the lady, the Latin teacher.
Yeah.
She's like, the Latin that you're not supposed to read in every scary movie. You just read it.
Yeah, and he even makes the comment. He goes, I don't say shit. I don't know what it means. But she's so believable that she convinces him that, no, it's okay. This is just to ward off evil spirits. When really, you're giving her your soul.
Yeah, because good is dumb.
Good is dumb.
Yeah, dude. And then there's the little kid who's like, here's the sign that you fucking broke. It's actually to keep the spirits at bay, and he's like, fuck.
He's like, you're 12.
Yeah.
And then they found the lady who used to be a nanny for that house.
Yeah.
She's old as crap now.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
And she drew the hummus that can keep the evil spirits at bay, and she's like, oh yes, I used to live there, and Mildred tried to overpower me and murder me, but I was smarter and I made the hummus, and she has her power from the devil, and so you have to make a hummus as equally as strong. And then her grandson's in the background going, he destroyed the hummus, and she goes, oh shit, he's gonna die.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit, she's going to die. Oh, it's so
Oh
good.
shit. Dude, her demeanor changed, and it was so fucking
It's so
good, dude.
funny. And then she's trying to explain to him how to make another one, but she's just drawing it out like me sometimes on those Tales episodes. And he's going, go faster. And then he finally puts it at 2x speed. And then
Yes.
he still can't get to the end before they're
No.
coming crashing in.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah, but Mildred, like this fist fight that she gets in with him, and she rocks him, dude. But I love when he comes back in the house after he's jumped out of the second story window.
That scene, that part got me too. He just goes running for the window.
Clearly breaking his leg, but what got me, and I didn't catch it until I watched it last night, is he's crawling away from Mildred, right? He's like, fuck you, and I'm gonna get you, and all this and that. And then you hear Mildred, and he goes down from the second story down to like the living room. And you hear Mildred go, Satan's gonna get because she falls down the stairs.
That's fucking funny.
Dude, I'm like, I never caught that. And I'm like, she
I hadn't
her ass
either.
just fell
Let's
down
go
the
back
fucking
and watch
stairs.
that.
Dude.
That's really funny.
Oh my god. But like you were saying earlier, little
I need to go back and watch it again to catch it.
dude,
Oh, shit.
because there's a few little things like when before he goes upstairs, I'm jumping around.
That's fine.
But before he's like, I need to go upstairs and I need to do this, and he turns around, you see Mildred's feet like hanging from
Oh,
the ceiling.
yeah. There's some creepy moments like that.
And
Yeah.
I had to rewind it. I was like, did I just see that? But man, when she falls down those stairs,
I think there's
fucking-
even like a part where her head's like peeking around a corner and he doesn't see it, but I don't remember where
it's
that
it's in
happened.
the stairwell. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
there's a
but-
lot of like really creepy moments, and obviously the equipment that they're using is just GoPros, and it looks like GoPro stuff. I don't think they were using
Footage, yeah.
actual cameras. I think everything was an actual GoPro.
Yeah.
So like the lighting in it is great. I feel like whatever color correction they did use on this to make it seem more doom and gloomy, I think really amped up the atmosphere for this. And I do love his own personal like hype up music whenever he's doing something.
Oh, he's got his
a little
fucking
track
playlist.
player.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then his outro music at the end when he's all beat to hell, he's got one eye swollen shut,
Yeah.
and he plays this is Sean's outro music playing.
Yeah.
We did it.
And,
I also
he holds up his little duct tape stump and has Mildred's finger on it, dude.
yeah. Also, like when he's first at the house and we see like the title cards and stuff he has, and it just turns out to be a shirt. He's like, yeah, buy it at my merch store. I thought
Yeah.
that was
Shirt's
also
now
really, really
available.
cool.
Yeah.
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 Dude, fuck yeah. But you were saying earlier, like, there are parts in this movie that I feel could have been cut out. Like, I don't want to say it drags, but it doesn't warrant the hour 37.
Some of
Like-
the car stuff was getting to me. I was like, there's a little too much him in the car. I feel like some of that could have
That's-
been.
That's what I would have trimmed out, was the outside stuff.
Yeah.
But again, like, they made it a point, though, because we meet the sheriff. And he walks up. He has a fucking glorious mustache. dude.
Timu Sam Elliott.
Say, you know what I'm saying? Dude. And he's like, I've been watching you all night long.
You know, I've been watching tonight.
Yeah.
Not fun to be hurting people. You shouldn't be hurting people, Sean.
But then, like,
He nails him with a potato gun.
Yes.
Tater gun.
and he holds the gun up, and then he slides down the
Yeah.
fucking
He's like,
gun.
oh no.
But it's cool. It's another part, like, where the chat gets involved, because that dude was, like, around in, like, 1908.
Yeah.
So,
This
and
is the
I...
most useful chat, I think, in anybody's live stream ever.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? But Anna,
It's
I
some
think
real fans.
you need to walk us through this ending. Like, what happens at the end part of this movie?
So he has like a showdown with himself, kind of in the truck, and he's like, "All right, it's time to nut up or shut up," pretty much. And he decides to, like we said, put a copyright strike on Mildred by essentially performing the same ritual that she did in order to get as powerful as she is, so he can overpower her. Not thinking about the fact that you're damning your soul to the devil, and now you're going to be indebted to all these other ghosts, pretty much, that are in this house.
Wait a minute. Do you think Mildred hangs out with Haggis?
Oh, no. You're doomed, Sean.
You're already damned.
Yeah, you're already damned, Sean. And he was, really. So
Yeah.
then he ends up performing the curse or the ritual, and Mildred's gone. And then that's when we get the shot. He's beat to hell, checks his live stream. We did it. Or he goes, I did it. No, we did it. Which good for him for, really saying, because yeah, like we said, that chat was very helpful in helping him get to where he was. But yeah, he's thinking he's out scot-free, and then we get that ugly ass baby, that little kid thing, coming around the corner, and he goes, ah!
That little kid with fucking Voldemort attached to him.
Yeah, into his
like,
stomach.
what is that thing?
And then we get all the other ghosts kind of coming in and swarming
pond
around
water
him.
thing.
Yeah. And then he's trying to crawl out the front door, but then one ghost we hadn't really seen. I don't think that was the
the one that was outside that was hiding by the spark plug.
Oh yeah, that was growling. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming in, and that's the last jump scare we get at the end, and it says stream has ended, connection lost.
Yeah.
And then DEADSTREAM, we got a nice title card. Which, funny enough, I did notice on Shudder, it's not the font they used at the end for DEADSTREAM, I don't think, but the font on Shudder is the Evil Dead font.
Oh, interesting. That's smart on their part, I would
The
think.
DEADSTREAM, because I've downloaded a lot of fonts, and I did an Evil Dead candle. So if I do movie-specific candles and I'm able to use those fonts, then I will. And Evil Dead was one of them. So, and I've used it quite a few times since. So I was like, that's the Evil Dead font.
I feel like the one that's on this poster I'm looking at, the one that's on my tape, is the Evil Dead font you're talking about.
Oh, is it? Well, it looked
Yeah,
a little it looked a little more like 80s, kind of gritty at the very end, like the
It's
last.
possible that probably could have changed up fonts post. No,
Yeah, I mean
post
that's
normal.
very believable. It could have been more than one poster they've made for this movie too.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
But-
they're both great.
Yeah. No, but I love that when you see Mildred, cause the whole time Mildred has her fucking Chrissy cam on.
I know.
He puts Christy and she goes, it's
Chrissy.
I don't know if you're like this, Dustin, but I'm the same way, man, because I'll say my name and everyone will write Justin or Austin.
I've had Austin, Justin, Destin.
I've been called Destin. I've been
no.
called Dylan for 6 months one time at a job, and I'm like, I'm wearing a name tag that says Dustin.
What's going on, Dylan?
I'm like, nothing much, man. But I love the you see, because Mildred has the Chrissy cam, and when she's beckoned to hell, dude, you see her hands come up and she gets pulled back, and she just goes down into that red vat of whatever.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really cool shot. Really cool shot.
Yeah.
All right, Anna, what are you thinking? Do you think we said enough about DEADSTREAM?
I think we have. Well, do you got anything else?
Are your cheeks hurting?
No. That's a good pain, though. That was funny. Just seeing him jump out that second story cracks me up.
And his little scream.
I'm not gonna look. Yeah. I shouldn't have looked.
I shouldn't have looked. And he puts the little Q-tip down and goes, ah!
He puts a piece of duct tape on it.
Yeah.
Why not at this point?
That's all he's got, man. He's got this giant ass roll attached to him.
Might as well use it.
Yeah. Luther, you got anything?
No, I think we're good. This movie, It's exactly what the promotion says. Evil Dead meets found footage. I mean, that's literally what this is. I think if Evil Dead was a found footage movie, this would have been it.
Uh-huh.
This would have been it.
True. Less booger picking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the guy in the tub, when he stabs him with the holy water needle, and he's like, holy water will and then his head explodes, and he just sits there like this.
He's got butts all over him.
Yeah, that's a really good one too. Oh,
It's like if I've learned anything, it's that holy water will and then it's like every time he thinks he gets ahead, like this house just and Mildred just shits all over him.
oh
Dude,
yeah.
It's so fucking good, man.
It's so good. All right, Big D, we'll start with you. What are you gonna rate Deadstream?
I hope you guys are ready for this.
How many GoPros?
How many
That's a
Mildred
lot.
fingers?
Oh yeah, there we go. Or fingernails.
I'm gonna give Deadstream 4
Nice.
Mildred's fingers. It's not a perfect movie. I get it. It's found footage. It's very indie, made for about $1 million. The comedy hits, the horror hits. I didn't even notice last time Mildred fell down the stairs while she was chasing him.
I still didn't. I'm gonna have to watch
That's
it again
so
now.
funny.
But this movie's everything for. This is a movie for me, so I will easily give this 4 out of 5 Mildred fingers.
Yay. Lil D?
See, I really enjoy this one, and like I know I said earlier, there's a few things that kind of take me out of it, and then it brings it right back. And I think for that, I am going to go half stars on this. I'm going to go 4.5.
Oh,
4.5
nice.
out of 5. I feel like if we cut down a little bit in the car scene, this would have been a perfect 5 for me. I think the balance for the horror and the comedy and mixing in real world things that really makes it stand on its own, I think, because it is very. You can see somebody on YouTube doing this, and people have done stuff like this.
Still are.
And
Yeah.
I just think, and even like it stands the test of time because Marley loves this, and I have to
Yeah.
show it to Logan now because he also
you
loves
should.
YouTube. So this is definitely a gateway horror, and there's not really many recent movies I can think of that are like gateway horror. That
On
can
this
cater-
level. You know what I mean?
that
Like a
can
found
cater
footage.
to a kid and
Yeah.
not have a lot of like cursing, and it can have over the top like effects or like weird gore and blood. Like that's fine, but like the cursing, I think this is what really is like. Okay, I can show this to my kid.
Yeah, there's no titties in this either. So
Yeah,
it's
there's no titties. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
actually
Or
at
wangs.
the very end. The I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. The big dude in the suit, the spawn water ghost.
Oh.
He's
Oh
named
yeah,
it,
it's
but,
a it. It's just an it.
yeah. There's
But,
no dong
regardless.
swinging.
No dong
Yeah,
swinging.
no, not 20,000 of them. like we
No,
did.
no kid cuddies.
No kid
Yeah,
cuddies.
that one either. But yeah, 4.5 out of 5, which I don't normally go half C's, but this one I think is warranted because I think if we just cut down on a lot of some of that stuff, would have been a 5 out of 5. What about you, Anna?
I am giving it a 5. I love it.
Okay.
I
you
think
go.
it's got rewatchability. The comedy hits. There's still some fun jump scares and tense moments, especially on your first watch. And I just think there's so much to love about a movie that's made for barely $1 million and for it to be on the level this movie is. Like, this should have been released in theaters. Like, I feel like this would have done great with a theater run.
I agree.
But I love every bit of it. I love the practical effects. I love the acting. How they just made use of what they had to the nth degree. And yes, it makes it even better too that Marley liked it and enjoyed it so much that when she saw I had it on today, she was like, "You're watching this without me?
How dare you?
How dare you?" And I was like, "Well, it's just background, but yeah."
She
So
walks up and puts her finger in your nose.
I'd be like, "What are you doing, kid?"
You're like, that's every day.
Yeah. So yeah, 5 out of 5. This is a blast. Show your kids. Have fun with it. I need to buy it, and
Yeah.
this one's a keeper for sure.
Oh, like I said, I'm glad that I got it on. It feels right on tape.
Yeah.
You know, like I bet you the Blu-ray looks nice. You know, but man,
Yeah.
it's just this tape experience was great with it.
Oh yeah, I'm glad
But
you got it.
yeah, I mean, I'm glad I finally got it.
I know.
But where are we gonna be when this is being dropped? And anybody know where we're gonna be when this
In
episode comes
three,
out?
by the time this episode comes out, in 3 days, we'll all be together in Salem.
Together.
Together, we're the three
Oh,
best
yeah.
friends that anybody.
Yes, it's finally time, and I
Man.
am so
Cannot believe it's finally
excited.
here.
We have been talking this up to you guys for the past month. We are all three going to be together for Salem Horror Fest 8. We were graciously given press passes, so you will see a lot of us there, or us there a lot. You know,
There'll
talking
be a lot of us.
a lot of
everywhere.
us. I don't know if I can handle more than one little D.
I couldn't either, dude. I'd probably throw him down a garbage can or something.
It'd probably fall down a flight of stairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking to directors. We're going to be watching short films, feature-length films, eating pepperoni and cheese pizzas, just being there, hanging out in Salem, having a good time. So if you are there, come find us.
Yep.
Yeah.
We want to talk to you. We want to meet you. You know, so it's going to be a ton of fucking fun. Anna, what do you have cooking over on Give Me Back My Action and Horror Movies?
Let's see. We just released Kill Bill Volume 1, I believe. And by the time this comes out, tomorrow will be Dawn of the Dead, 1978.
Hell yeah.
Why are you doing Dawn of the Dead?
Because there was 5 Tuesdays in April and not 4. So the fellas decided to surprise me with an Anna movie. And that's why Big D come in the group chat a couple weeks ago and was like, "Hey Anna, little D, what would y'all say your top 4 favorite horror movies are on Letterboxd?" So me and Little D got on Letterboxd and put our top 4 on there and took them a screenshot and sent it.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to
Don't be
cover
suspicious. Don't be
He says,
suspicious.
they didn't want to cover Silver Bullet right now, which that's fair. That'd be a good one to cover around spooky season. And Charlie didn't want to do another found footage, so he didn't pick Hell House, which sadly disappointed Pete. So they went with Dawn of the Dead, and Pete jumped on a grenade because he's not a zombie fan, surprisingly.
Which sadly disappointed Pete that was picked as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a fun Anna April over there.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
What about Flicks and Friends and B Action? Y'all got an anniversary coming up, right?
Yeah, so on Flicks and Friends, we will be covering the letter O. You guys want to guess what that's for?
Octopus.
Close.
Open water.
Even closer. Office Space.
Oh,
nice.
I saw that picture you shared.
So that was a first-time watch for me.
Oh, really?
Really?
Man. Oh, yeah. I had no desire, but if I'm going to give you a little inside baseball, I felt very attacked watching that fucking movie.
Really?
Given my current profession and everything I deal with, being told by 8 different people about the same piece of information was triggering. So it was a good time. We had Blake on. If you don't know who that is, he has been on the show a couple times before. He used to do the art for us. But we did task him, and you guys are probably going to catch it next season. Over on Flicks and Friends, we have like an underline, like a song that plays underneath us talking.
Uh-huh.
Blake is producing a new one.
Oh,
nice.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And then over on B Action, we are kicking off Mickey's birthday month.
Happy birthday.
He's our
The
Silver
Silver
Fox.
Fox.
He's de-aging, baby. But he brought superheroes, and we are covering the Return of Swamp Thing.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay, that's a deep cut.
Hell yeah.
And that was a first-time watch for me, too, which we're going to talk about. So, ton of fun. Lil
Very
D,
nice.
what do we got cooking over here to get us out of here?
Well, we'll say it here, and we'll probably say it in the tails as well, but the next week, since this will be coming out on Monday, we're going to be taking the week off, so there won't be any episodes coming out there. But in the meantime, we have our Tales episodes that are going to be coming out. We got Salem Horror Fest content that's going to be coming out.
So be sure you're
Patr-
following us on Instagram.
Yes, for sure. And also,
And I was like, and Patreon.
yeah, I was just going to say,
Okay.
and on Patreon. And I put out a little update on our Patreon. Is I raised it to $2 a month now instead of $1.
$2,
$2,
Bob.
Just because of the amount of content we're going to be putting out over there during the
Change the
course.
graphic.
Yes.
Sorry, I had a light bulb moment. The graphic.
So there's going to be a lot of content coming out during Salem Horror Fest. It's going to be going over on Patreon before it lands pretty much anywhere else. So if you guys want to tune in and support us over there, it means a lot. That helps us, get our Riverside up over here, or get more space in our drive, or whatever it is. The money over there, it always goes back into the show. But other than that, if you guys are listening on audio platforms, make sure you are liking, sharing, rating. That's very, very important. And same thing over on YouTube. Just subscribe, like it, comment, dislike it. Anything helps. Yeah.
Any interaction
Yeah, literally.
on social
anything.
media.
You're also going to be seeing a lot more short clips pop up in other spaces other than just on Instagram. There's going to be some coming up on Spotify. If those haven't already landed, I put a couple of up this week, and also on YouTube. Just trying to reach out in some other avenues for us to get some more reach. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your parents.
Tell your grandma.
We're out here, and we're having a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for everything that's going to happen in Salem.
Me
So I
too.
think on that note, we're going to get the fuck out of here and go make our own dead stream.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking kid out of here.
I'll see all y'all on the next one.
Bye.
Later.